Dean was coming down the hill, which was 466, now 46, and that turnip seed was making a left turn off of 46 to go to Tulare, because he was a student at Cal Poly and he was going home for the weekend. And it appeared to the witnesses that the turnip seed did not see Dean, because the color of the car was a silver gray color, and it blended in with the background because it was getting close to dusk, and they just collided.
So when you arrived, Dean was still alive?
Yes. Mm-hmm. He wasn't very alive, but he was still alive.
Can you describe what he looked like at the time?
Tell that it was very possible that he had brain damage because the way he breathed real heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Dean.
Today on Artist on Record, we're taking a drive to the location where James Dean lost his life on September 30th, 1955. You see, James Dean, even though he's an actor, he's also a part of music history and inspired and influenced so many. Even the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, was captivated by James Dean, not just as a fan, but as a student, and memorizing lines from films like Rebel Without a Cause and watching them over and over.
They predict that Elvis Presley will be another James Dean. Now, have you heard that?
I've heard something about it, but I would never compare myself in any way to James Dean, because James Dean was a genius.
Here are 5 songs that were inspired about James Dean. The Eagles' 1974 song, James Dean.
James Dean.
Don McLean's song, American Pie, the famous lyrics mention Dean as a symbol of a bygone era of rock and roll.
He borrowed from James Dean.
David Essex, Rock On, the song includes the line, Rock On, James Dean, a direct mention of the icon.
Jimmy Dean.
James Dean.
Here's another one, Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side. The song actually uses the phrase James Dean to describe a character who emulates the rebel image.
Thought she was James Dean for a day.
And last and not least, Motley Crue, off their Theater of Pain album from 1985, Use It or Lose It.
Oh, James Dean wasn't playing the role. I said, hey!
Now I drive on the highways, I'm extra cautious, because no one knows what they're doing. Half the time you don't know what this guy's going to do with that one. On a track, there are a lot of men who spend a lot of time developing rules and ways of safety. And I find myself being very cautious on
The story of James Dean's Porsche, Little Bastard, a legend of bad omens and tragic events that continued long after the actor's fatal crash in 1955. Just a week before the fatal crash, James decided to show the car to his friend, actor Sir Alec Guinness. You know him as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
And I said, how fast can you drive in this? He said, oh, I can do 150 in it. And I said, have you driven it? He said, no, I've never been in it at all. And some strange thing came over me, some almost different voice. And I said, look, I won't join your table unless you want me to, but I must say something. Please do not get into that car. Because if you do, and I looked at my watch, and I said, if you get into that car at all, it's now Thursday, whatever the date was, 10 o'clock at night, and by 10 o'clock at night next Thursday you'll be dead if you get into that car. I said, oh, nonsense. So we had dinner, we had a charming dinner, and he was dead the following Thursday afternoon in that car. It was one of those odd things.
Now, think about this. James Dean only paid $3,000 and did a trade-in and traded his old Porsche for this one. James Dean's Porsche, the Little Bastard, was a fast and dangerous car. He only owned the car for 9 days before his fatal crash. After Dean's death, the car parts were involved in a series of eerie incidents, leading to rumors of a curse surrounding the vehicle.
So this is around the time that James Dean made a pit stop here. I'm on an adventure with Craig from Brooklyn right over here. And this is it. September 30th, 1955, James Dean was killed down there. He was coming from Hollywood or the Valley. Hey, look, Blackwell. This is Blackwell's gas station. Let's check it out.
What's Blackwell's connection to James Dean?
It's a good question.
Is there a connection?
There has to be a connection. Let's go see. Let's see what it says up there. Right over here is a cool little art they did of James Dean's head. And then behind James Dean, if you see this, there he is. 1955. So right here in the back of this billboard, it tells you the story that James Dean made his last stop here. We don't know what he did, but this is what it looked like. You see, you can't even see.
Oh, it's hard. The sun's not even in my eyes.
He also made I guess he had breakfast in an article I read. He had breakfast in Bakersfield or lunch for Coke or did something. And he got a ticket for speeding. Then he made another pit stop here. Maybe he got gas here.
Maybe he got gas. I should say about the gas station.
Supposedly his goggles are in there, so let's go look. Let's go look. And this time I recorded it. That was a second take. I didn't record the first one.
Think about the two movies.
Did I get about the two movies?
Well,
or no?
remember, you forgot.
Yeah, there was only 3 movies James Dean made, and only 1 was released.
That's right, during his lifetime.
That's right. So East of Eden was already released.
That was it.
It's the decade's most daring novel.
Such startling characters.
Such untamed emotions.
Now it's the frankest motion picture ever made.
Rebel Without a Cause and Giant were never in the theaters.
Not in theaters while during his lifetime. He didn't know what a success and what a sensation he would be.
Let's go in. Yeah, look at this guy. You get some you have to have Marilyn Monroe with James Dean. So look at this. They have all James Deans.
They have a lot of James Dean.
Look at this. That's pretty wild.
Elvis, too.
You know, Elvis and James Dean,
They team up together.
they do team up together very well. It almost looks like Odd Lot. Look, come here. Look what I see.
There it is, Craig, California.
It's a magnet.
Craig, the Golden State, California.
Oh.
Where's a name tag?
Come on.
Craig.
Look at this.
Very popular, yeah.
1967.
Jack Clistone.
The public broadcasting system established a network of 70 member stations.
And now it's been destroyed.
Wow. The Green Bay Packers defeat Kansas City. The Rolling Stones appeared on the Ed Sullivan, and they did Let's Spend the Night Together. That's okay. The first issue of Rolling Stone magazine hits the streets November 1st, 1967. That I did not know. Born in 67, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, Kurt Cobain, Dave Matthews, Will Ferrell, Julia Roberts, Nicole Kidman.
Did not know that.
And you know who else was born? Me.
Well, look what we found. James Dean's racing goggles. They were found and donated to Blackwell's Corner 62 years after his death in 2017. A young woman initially took the goggles from the crash site, and they remained with her family until they were eventually donated to the location where Dean stopped for his last meal. As you can see, the goggles are now displayed in a lighted case right here at Blackwell's Corner, the gas station and restaurant in Lost Hills, California. And you could come here and check out a piece of history There's also a handwritten letter from the family member explaining how the goggles were found and donated, which you can see it's typed out here.
So this is the spot. She just told me that a Coke and apple. That's what he got here because he saw a bunch of his friends here. So this was, he didn't get gas. He just got a Coke and apple. So now, if you come here, you got to get a Coke and an apple because that's what James Dean had on this date.
You also could choose to get
you could get
scorpion.
A scorpion lollipop.
Scorpion lollipop.
I don't know about that. Let me see that. Hold that up.
It's got a scorpion.
Drove out of here and drove down the 46. This is what it looked like at the time of him driving out of here. The sun in his eyes hitting the road. So right here, this is the road that we're on. The 46, right, Craig?
Yeah, 46.
This is the 46 what?
It's 46 when the east side of the 46. So that means James Dean was driving into the sun.
Well, right? This road right here, the guy who was crossing the intersection, the kid, at the time was a kid, this is the exact road he was heading to. So he was going this way, and James Dean was on the road on the left, coming that way. So this is the exact road. Now, September 30th, the time of the crash was 5:59 p.m. So what time is it right now? It's 4:41. 4:41 p.m. So not too far off. So this is what it looked like back then, 1955. September 30th. Well, the hills were all. This is what it looked like, just like this. Yeah, pretty crazy. So that guy that was driving the car was heading this way. We're gonna go check it all out. And there's a place that I believe has the goggles that James Dean was what he was wearing when he crashed. He had somebody else in the car with him.
Well, what happened to him?
He survived. He was his auto mechanic, yeah. Let's go check it all out. Think about it. James Dean's last meal was a Coke and an apple at the gas station.
The yin and yang.
Crazy. Crazy. This is it. This is the turn where it all happened.
So we gotta slow down to find a spot.
Yeah, the 46 right here.
It's right at the integrated exchange between the two. Man, it's gonna be a spot. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Like they made it really hard and stuff.
In 1954, James Dean arrived in Hollywood. Within a year, he had starred in East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant. Overnight, he'd become America's biggest star.
Well, 1955, I was about 34 years old, working on the highway patrol out of Paso Robles. There were very few freeways. Most of the roads were two-lane. The drivers haven't changed very much. They are still driving as crazy as ever. This is pretty much the same spot where the car ended up. It was approximately about 50 feet down the road and off on the shoulder where Dean's car came to rest.
That's why it's like, see how it's all pushed down? Because we're not the only people who have done this. That is crazy that there's not a major memorial there. This is it.
This is where his car got hit.
James Dean Memorial.
Let's get out, shall we?
Yeah, let's get out.
So the road, yeah, there's like a turnoff onto that direction. Yeah, they closed it off, huh?
Dean's car was extremely badly damaged. Dean was still in the driver's seat. He was
not covered with much blood. He had a few abrasions and contusions, but it appeared that he had a broken neck. I think he hit the hood of the other car, which caused his neck to break.
Looks glasses. Road trip to Salinas forever. Someone's just here. September. Look, September 8, 2025. Somebody just said road trip to Salinas. They would just put that. Look at the Porsche, because he was driving a Porsche. Hicks, because James Dean loves fucking Hicks. James Dean, Jimmy Dean, the sausage guy. Like, you know? Who knows? I really thought it was like, I thought they'd be like something. I'm surprised the radiator. Locks. I like the radiator. And the Coke. The Coke. Two Cokes. His car right here. Somebody should put like a statue memorial. Right here you'll see pictures of the car. Of the accident. Right pretty much where you're standing. Right where you're standing. So right about here, on the other side of the road is where that car was coming. And he probably hit James Dean. Car flew right here. Pretty wild, huh? It's crazy. I know. 1955, much hasn't changed.
Take it easy driving. The life you might save might be mine. You know?
Another crazy connection is the movie Rebel Without a Cause, starring James Dean, Sal Mineo, and Natalie Wood. You have 3 of the stars dying in tragic accidents. James Dean at the age 24 in a car crash. Sal Mineo stabbed at the age 37. And Natalie Wood mysteriously drowned at the age 43. These tragic events added to the film's lasting cult appeal and became part of its mystique. Nowadays, if you come here, you could see the actual freeway has been realigned for safety issues. But what happened to the James Dean Memorial Junction sign that used to be here? Well, that was disassembled for repair and will be displayed at the James Dean Museum in Indiana.
I spilled water all over my hat on the floor, but it's only water. It's clean, it's good, it's clean, it's clear, it's pure. It's expensive, so look, it's the classiest water to spill. Proud You can't take the guy anywhere. No, you really can't. Not allowed to eat in the car, ever. I'm not gonna dry on my hat, damn.
Artist on Record relies on viewers like you. So if you want to support the channel in any way, you can check out our merch store, become a Patreon, or join us right here on Members Only, or you could buy us a coffee. Until then, make sure you subscribe, post your comments, and click right here for our next episode. Until then, who loves you, baby? We do. Thanks for watching.